Hi, I'm Dr. Sindhu. The concept of detoxifying self and eliminating toxins via body, detox vibes, and reviving the body and soul. So, all these strike me for today's session with Mr. Manish sir. He is the director, founder, and researcher of Bliss Infrared Sauna. And here he is going to share with us about the comprehensive knowledge of far infrared sauna therapy. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much.
So today, sir, everyone is talking about the sauna therapy. So what it is actually and how it is different from the ordinary sauna.
Okay, fine. I say it as God's gift to humankind, the far infrared sauna. Because as all human beings are already inbuilt with this infrared science, we all are having infrared within us. And it is the energy, it is the main power which helps to, you know, maintain the blood circulation in the body. So when we are going into infrared sauna, basically we are getting the energy. So I called it a body charger. So it is different from ordinary sauna because ordinary sauna doesn't has this infrared inbuilt. It heats the space. First, you have to understand what exactly the word sauna means. Sauna means to heat the space, right? So whether it is stone sauna, whether it is steam sauna, and whether it is infrared sauna. But in those two saunas, stone sauna and steam sauna, you have to heat the space. Then that heat goes, touches your body, or your body absorbs that heat, and then you start perspiration. But in infrared sauna, we need not have to heat the space. Our body is directly plugged in from the infrared waves or rays which are coming from the source, and your body is absorbing, and your core temperature is going high. Basically, the sauna or doing detoxification in sauna means to detoxify the heavy metals or detoxify the salts, and the purpose is it should come from the body. So rather than heating the space where you need lot of high temperature, means ordinary sauna works at nearly 70 to 110 degrees centigrade, whereas infrared sauna start working within 42 degree and maximum of 60 or 65 degree. So this is a basic difference, that for ordinary saunas you have to go or for a very higher heat where the people are not comfortable sitting in that space for a longer time. But the sauna actually works when you take it for not less than 20 to 30 minutes. There's a cycle of detoxifying. First 10 minutes of detoxification, you burn excess of glycogens. Next 10 minutes, your heavy metals comes out. And the last 10 minutes, the COVID strains which are left behind, or deep impurities which are there, or you want to reach to the heat shock proteins, that happens in the last 10 minutes. So to stay long enough in any sauna, infrared sauna is best. That is the basic difference between ordinary saunas and these saunas.
That sounds great, sir. So, how does it work significantly and what are all the diseases it works for, sir?
Basically, it works throughout the body, and all the diseases have to reverse because of the major thing, that is production of ATP. What first thing happens while you are taking the infrared saunas? Your all excess glycogens burn out. So when these glycogens are burning out, the production of ATP starts. How? Because it stimulates your mitochondria. Mitochondria is a generator of the cell energy. So to produce this energy, the ATP, it consumes a lot of glucose and water, or oxygen you can say. So what happens? First thing is that when glycogens are burned out, the first response will be to control in diabetes, because diabetes is the excess of blood sugar in the body, and it is being transferred into ATP production. Then it produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide works as a catalyst. It goes through the body, dilates the arteries, then you get a change in your blood pressure. Then again, when this oxygen rich blood reaching your each and every part of the body, you get relaxation from the stiffness. So it is good for pains, good for arthritis, good for any spasms in the body. So if I keep on, you understand the cycle. Now this oxygen rich blood start reaching the organs. So what happens if the organs are sluggish with heavy metals? It starts reversing. It's going out the perspiration from the skin. It's going off like lead, cadmium, arsenic. All these heavy metals start going off. And here is the problem: when you have a lot of heavy metals around the organs or within the organs, they are diseased. So you can understand it works on nearly all diseases because basically it is producing the cell energy. That
Yes,
is
sir. So, on knowing all these mechanisms, and as you told, it works for arthritis and so many diseases, I do have a question. Can we cure cancer, or does it work for cancer patients?
definitely the very first thing is that cancer cells can't withstand the heat of infrared. They get eliminated the moment they get the heat. And second most important thing, when a person is sitting in a infrared sauna, you have to understand very important thing that we are carrying two type of temperatures. It's not only the one kind of temperature. Usually we mark it as a one type of temperature. Otherwise there are two type of temperatures. One is the shell temperature and one is the core temperature. From shell temperature, the heat is transferred to the core temperature, and where the detoxification starts. How? When our body sense any fever, the first thing is that it starts the immunity system starts working to fight that fever. The body assumes there is some attack of virus or something like that, and it start producing more of white blood cells to fight that ailment. Now, body can't sense this that it is a artificial fever or it is actually a fever. So, lot of pathogens in our body which are not yet active, it goes off the body. So, in cancer cells also, the cancer cells when get this heat, like in hyperthermia, the treatment which is given along with chemotherapy, the purpose is to maintain the immunity or to shrink the cancer cells. Same effect is being measured while taking infrared sauna, and they are much better than hypothermia. So there's this lot of, because during this chemotherapy, the one thing is mostly compromised is the immunity of a cancer patient. So along with this, if we give the sessions of infrared during these days, he can or she can recover better from this side effects of chemotherapy.
That's nice, sir. Sir, how frequently we can, have the session of sauna,
It is
infrared sauna
totally
therapy?
safe to take every day. It's not a
Okay.
problem. There's one study, there are so many journals. If you take 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and 6 times a week, how it helps to give you better heart health. It is very much safe. Only the thing is that when you're going for this infrared detoxification, your body should be well hydrated. That is the only one thing which you have to make
So
sure.
during the session also you have to, stay hydrated,
No, it is fine enough
or
if
only
you,
before?
yeah, there's two types of things. If we are hydrated properly during the before the session, that is much better, because once your core temperature is rising up and you start taking the water or the fluids during the session, it may drop your core temperature, because our purpose is to reach to heat shock proteins, the production of heat shock proteins, and then that is only possible when your core temperature reaches at least 1 to 3 degrees. So better if you get hydrated before the session, and after the session again you can go for good quantity of hydration.
And one more thing, sir, what is the time interval of food for the patients who are going for sauna therapy before and after?
Yeah. Like when you are sitting inside the sauna, there's very beautiful science behind it, that is a resonance. Dr. Chi gave this science that whenever a person sitting is an infrared sauna, there's a one resonance happening in the body, because of which you are perspirating a lot, because of which your heavy metals are coming in. And this is called the passive cardiovascular activation. You burn nearly 600 to 900 calories in just 30 to 35 minutes, right? Now, when it is a passive cardiovascular exercise, so how we can check it, even we before and after the session, if we take the pulse and the BP, always pulse will go up and BP will go down, which is self-explanatory that your body has gone through some passive cardiovascular exercise. Now, when you are going for active cardiovascular exercise, we never eat and go for a gym. We never eat and go for yoga exercise. We never eat and go for any brisk walk. Similarly, there should be a gap of nearly 1 to 2 hours at least 2 hours before the session, because your stomach should be empty so that you get the maximum benefits of infrared. If you are eating and going inside, it will just digest your food, because food is also need calories to burn. Now you're getting that energy, but that energy is 100% used for digestion, not for detoxification.
So it's
But
similar to the exercises and yoga, which they are not recommending.
it is the same way. It is a
Yeah.
passive and that is active.
Act.
If you are not eating and going to a gym, you're not eating and going into
So
the
the
sauna.
energy is utilized for digestion.
Yeah. But after the session, after 15-20 minutes or so, you can easily have some small meal. That is fine enough. You can even have some uh, good quality of hydration, coconut water, magnesium citrate, anything which may help you better.
So can they go for sports or some outdoor activities? Because
Definitely, it is the people who are installing.
Does they get much hydrated after sitting in a sauna and then going for?
Definitely, the absorption is more.
Okay.
And it is best for post gym also. Like all the muscle fatigue which is happening during muscle training, gym, it recovers better because it supplies a good quality of oxygen rich blood to the broken tissues. And not only that, if somebody is consuming a lot of protein during their workouts, because people are now very keen towards building up their muscles. So in this process, while we are consuming a lot of proteins, the proteins are not properly digested sometimes. Here, when the body temperature rises and it reaches to the point where our body start producing heat shock proteins, heat shock proteins actually helps to complete the protein digestions. The protein which are yet in the cells are get digested. The proteins, it helps to maintain, improve your DNA. It helps to eliminate the cells or the proteins which are not required, or undigested one, they goes off from the body. So while taking infrared along with your gymming sessions is a huge, it will make a huge difference in your strength, in your performance.
Okay, sir. So what is EMF, sir?
EMF is electromagnetic frequencies. Whenever any electrical equipment is used for human body, we have to make sure there should be controlled EMF. What happens when there's electric lines? There are electrical as well as magnetic fields, and our body is also made up of electromagnetic, signs. Everything, we have lot of circuits in the body, in our heart, everywhere, because it's a full machine which is working. So when we come in contact with some outer EMF, external EMF, it disturbs our internal system. While taking the infrared detoxification to detoxify, if the EMF is not controlled in the machine, you may end up with electric toxic load. So the machines what we are manufacturing, basically we are taking good care of, there should be virtually zero EMF. And that is a reason that we are not applying any heaters on the walls. Instead of this, we have replaced with bioceramic nanoparticles. These are the earth elements which on get it heated up just for 40 degrees also start emitting the infrared. So when while sitting in an infrared sauna from Bliss, you are sitting in a cave of infrared and every cell of your body is getting abundant of infrared. So to just not to give you any kind of EMF, your body is far away from all the heating elements or the where the electrical supplies are there. So I can proudly say that my machine is totally or virtually with zero EMF.
Are there any contraindications?
There
Or
are
who
not
can't
such
use it?
any, there are not such contraindication, but few things you have to make sure. The person who is having migraine, like whenever we use infrared saunas, we always preheat it. When you switch on the sauna, you will always find the room temperature. For next 15-20 minutes, once the temperature reaches 40 to 45 degree, so it is good to for the session. So in migraine patients, the basic tender points are their muscles of the brain. So to take care of those things, we don't preheat them so that they can consume this infrared slowly, and it helps them to get the best of it. And secondly, if some females are going for their monthly cycles, then they have to avoid for a few reasons. And if somebody is having fever, then they are not supposed to go for this. Or somebody who have taken hard drinks, alcohol, consumed alcohol, at least for 24 hours, they should avoid taking this infrared sauna because of
Sounds
dehydration.
sounds great, sir. So can children use this therapy?
Yeah,
Like for
definitely.
how many minutes you advise or recommend using?
Children can definitely use this, but a child from the age of 10, they can use this for 10 to 14 minutes. The child from 12 to 14 can use for 15 to 18 minutes, like this. Age plus 3 to 4 minutes extra. But after 16, 17 years, they can go for a full session of 30 minutes.
So minimum how many sessions you recommend, sir?
Look, I told you it is a body charger.
Okay.
You, as you more want more energy, you can take as long as you want. It is a lifetime thing. You can now people are replacing their ordinary sauna bath, steam bath, and having one at their home for the life. So it is no not you understand. When we are younger, we are having abundant of infrared in our body. A child falling down just cries for a second, gets up and start laughing and dancing. Now a middle-aged person falls down, he gets some spasms. Now old-aged person when falls down gets fracture, you know. So that is a reason behind it. The energy of the body is going lesser as we are aging because of these heavy metals also and because of age also. So in this is a best biohacker for anti-aging, right? So I think, and I have experience that if you are, more in age, it is more recommended to you for the best energy and for the best health care.
Now, why is FIR called third kidney as third kidney?
Yeah, definite. FIR saunas are known as third kidneys because how the kidneys are detoxifying. It is detoxifying your blood. Nearly 1 cup of blood is detoxified nearly in 1 to 5 minutes. And this all loads are on your kidneys. Now, a person who is facing CKD, chronic kidney diseases, their kidneys are already compromised. Now, if we put more pressure on the kidneys to detoxify, slowly they will be in a weaker situation. But once you start taking the infrared saunas, most of your toxicity or purification happens from the skin, which is the largest organ of the body, where we don't consider as an organ even, right? So we take use of skin detoxification and offloads the load on the kidneys. Now, wherever the kidneys are, offload from this pressure of purifying, and moreover, they are start getting the oxygen-rich blood, which helps them to recover. So, infrared sauna is just replacing their work which the kidney is performing to detoxify. That is the reason it is known as the third kidney.
Okay. So, how do you feel like infrared helps to repair tissues, sir?
Because it is as simple as this. Again, I will tell the production of ATP, energy, intracellular, the cell energies are only taking care of everything. So when you get this good quality of oxygen rich blood, it helps the tissues to recover better. It helps your all the parts of your body is getting abundance of oxygen rich blood, and all your nutrition which you're consuming lot of supplements like D3, B12, and all these are not actually being absorbed because our stomachs are compromised. We are not having enough of HCl in our stomach. Now, if you understand, our body is a combination of hollow organs. A tunnel of hollow organs will start from your mouth till your anus. Esophagus is there, all are connected. Now, food is shifting from one part to another part by contraction and repulsion of muscles. Now, if there's a muscle fatigue, right, your digestion is being compromised. If your digestion is being compromised, then all the supplementation, all what you are doing for your health is being compromised. But infrared saunas helps you to digest everything better and helps your stomach to absorb the good quality of supplementation from either from the food or any supplementation you are taking, which in fact helping for the good quality of cell production, even the repair.
So I think almost we are done with all the questioning. So we'll end up the session. One thing, what are the highlights of your Bliss infrared sauna?
Yeah, I have mostly told you during our talk. First thing is that we have replaced these uh, black fibered heaters, which are usually put on the walls to heat the sauna, with bioceramic nanoparticles, just to make our unit totally free from EMF. Number one. Secondly, we are the third generation into woods and this thing. So we know the better quality of seasoned woods, which can stay for a longer time and can give you the best results. Then the heating systems what we are using is concave heating system from Germany, and that is a good authentic company and which assures the zero EMF or nullifies if there's any EMF. And we have installed more than now 4,000 equipment across the country, and everybody is very happy with our units and all the recommendations. And even you are also using at your clinics.
Yeah.
So you must have experienced the same thing, the good quality, and even our spare parts are easily available in our local Indian market. You need not have to import something from China or some other place. Most of the people are calling us for this bigger problem because they buy from some Chinese sort of machines. What happens in those machines? They have to fight for the spare parts. Sometimes custom people are making a lot of problem to how they prove that this spare is for which unit. So to safeguard all those things, and your electrician can easily repair if something goes off. It's as simple as this. Is a user-friendly equipment.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We had a comprehensive knowledge actually about FIR. And Bliss Infrared is actually doing wonders for all our patients as well. So, anyway, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.